So with Splatoon 3 coming out next year, there's obviously going to be some new stages, and for this video I've put together 10 ideas of stages that I like to see in Splatoon 3, whether or not they would fit with the desert and chaos theme, just things that I want to see. But yeah, with all that being said, let's get on starting with number 1. So my first idea would be a train station. Basically, there would be a gap in the middle of the stage where you couldn't get across, so you're stuck on your half of the stage. And this is just a random number I thought of, but like roughly every 45-ish seconds, the train comes into the middle area and the doors open, allowing you to go in the train, but also to the other side where you can eat that as well. And another idea I had is that this train could either be the Deep Sea Metro train from Octo Expansion, or the train that we see in the Splatoon 3 trailer. Just having one of those trains, that could be a nice little tie-in or Easter egg in the stage, I guess. Number 2, I want to see some form of underwater stage, just like either a submarine or like some underwater dome type thing. And because this has a big emphasis on water, it would be like a Mahi Mahi Resort and have some lowering or possibly like just changing, going back and forth between up and down water levels. And I still can't decide like what I want the aesthetic of the stage to be, but some form of stage where you're underwater and can just like see the ocean around you would be really cool. For number 3, I know we already have Walleye Warehouse, but I feel like a new warehouse stage that has like conveyor belts all over would be a really cool idea, and some could just lead you like one way into some like secret areas or like higher altitude areas. And if you're playing Turf War, a cool idea I thought would be at 1 minute is that the conveyor belts get faster, just to add a little more chaos to the stage. Number 4 would be a shopping mall. Now I know we already have Erewhon Mall, but that's more like an outdoor mall area. And the place that I'm thinking of is like some more bigger mall complex like Coconut Mall from Mario Kart. And there could be different levels, you could go into different stores, and there could just be a bunch of like different things you can use and such. Like there could be like a furniture store, or there could be mattresses that are very bouncy. I don't know, it's a simple idea, but I feel like with so many different like store ideas within it, you could have a very cool and unique stage. Now I know I'm just talking about some repeats or recreations of stage ideas we already have now, but another one that I'd like to see is an arcade. And Anchovy Games, it has arcade machines in it, but I don't really count it as an arcade, if you know what I mean. But for this arcade stage, I feel like there'll just be like a bunch of arcade machines and stuff everywhere, and it would be dark instead of having natural sunlight like most Splatoon stages have. It would be dark everywhere, and there would just be like a bunch of colorful lights, because that's kind of the lighting and stuff you get at an arcade. So I feel like with it being dark and just all that colorful vibes, that makes no sense, but just I feel like that would be a really cool stage idea. For my next stage idea, I feel like a school would be a really cool idea, and something that's simple as that. I don't know how we don't have a simple idea like that in Splatoon already. It's just a school. Now this is kind of unlikely since Splatoon 3 takes place in a new city, but maybe it could be the inside of Inkblot Art Academy, and there could just be like hallways, a big cafeteria or gym area that would be like the main center of the stage. And in the backgrounds of the stages that we have, there's usually like jellyfish and other creatures there, but this one there could be like other Inklings and Octolings that are going to school, and I feel like that would just be really cool. And I don't know how a school stage already is not in Splatoon, or is not already in Splatoon. English. Now this one is going to be a bit hard to explain and talk about, but just like a nature or forest area, because we have outdoor stages, but none of them are just like the great outdoor wilds, you know? So there could just be like a bunch of trees and like rocks just everywhere, maybe some like little lake or river stream things to add some more water. And it would just be a very unorganized stage, but I feel like something like that would be really cool. What I'm kind of thinking of is like the Wooded Kingdom from Mario Odyssey, something like that, probably a bit less prominent. That makes no sense. Trees are very tall there. They probably wouldn't be as tall as the trees in Mario Odyssey, but just something along that vibe I feel like would make a very cool looking stage. Now this one I came up with towards the end of making this video, and I was just like, it's an idea, why not put it out there? But now that I've thought about it more, I feel like it's actually a really cool idea, and that would be just on the rooftops of a city. So it could just be on top of the buildings that are in the Splatlands, maybe even just above the hub world, so when you're playing on the stage you can see like the hub area that we saw in the trailer. And with all the apartments being in Splatoon 3, it could be a bit like Flounder Heights with lots of verticality. Because Flounder Heights was great for vertical, Moray Towers kind of just completely took that to another level. And since Flounder Heights is probably my favorite stage in Splatoon 1, it would be nice to have something similar to it return in Splatoon 3. Now this is going to be kind of a smaller stage, and that would just be a cafe area. The only version of a cafe we see is in the hub world of Splatoon 2, and obviously that is very small, not thinking that small, but just some little cozy cafe and maybe a few extra levels on it. But since it's so small, I feel like it would just be like very chaotic and messy, and that just sounds like it'd be a really fun stage to play on. And finally, my last idea is a water park. Yeah, I know you're thinking that's a terrible idea. Inklings and Octolings are going to be constantly dying. But that's the point. There'll just be water everywhere, and you'd have to probably do some parkour to get up to some certain areas, and you can ink the water slides to go up or down it. And you know how like water parks sometimes have like little like sprinkler things that just shoot water everywhere? That makes no sense. But if there was like one of those that came up at some point in the stage and just started like firing water everywhere, just causing so much death. Don't ask why I'm so obsessed with death. But I feel like that would be a really chaotic stage, and probably my favorite idea on this list. But those are all the ideas for new stages that I have in Splatoon 3. What do you guys think of these ideas? Let me know in the comments below, and tell me some ideas of your own. It'd be really cool to hear anything else that you guys can think of. Make sure to follow me on Twitter and join my Discord server, both are in the description. But with all of that being said, thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video.